All right, if you're opening this video, you are being invited into a 5-day series over your sweet cravings and what they really want to say because they're ready to spill the tea. And I know, you've maybe thought, I don't have blood sugar issues. Or you're on the other side, I know, I need to cut the sugar. I need to go on a sugar detox. I have these crazy sweet cravings and it's time to control them and it's time to suppress them. So you're going to an absolute extreme where you're not having any sugar. You're not even having carbs. You're cutting it all out. You went so extreme. Maybe you're not that extreme yet, but you're on a sugar detox and you're not having any fruit or anything of the like. So I'm glad you found yourself here because we have lots to talk about, okay? Very first thing is removing sugar or sugars or carbs isn't how you resolve blood sugar issues. That is not it. Wild advice. I know this goes against stuff that you've been hearing, but just removing the thing that you're having a craving from isn't actually doing any fucking thing. Isn't actually doing anything. And I bet you've tried this before. And I bet this may be your third or fourth bout of being on a sugar detox and cleanse because you have to keep doing this thing, right? But the issue always comes back. Issues always come back because you never actually resolved anything. You just removed the thing. You didn't do any sort of work on why the blood sugar problems are there in the first place, why the cravings are there in the first place. Listen to them, tune into them, and peel back that to understand what's actually happening that is driving your body to have this response. Because your body isn't fucking stupid. Sorry for the F word. Your body isn't stupid. It is not broken. It is not so dumb that it's sending you mixed signals. No. Okay, so let's talk about it. Your sweet cravings are a sign. They're a sign. And if you really think about it, a sweet craving is asking for sweetness. It's asking for sugar. So what are you being deficient in that you are lacking the sweetness out of your life? The joy out of your life. Take it aside from food for just a moment. When you're having these sweet cravings, and they come, and they probably come every night, I know this about you, where are you actually missing out on sweetness in your life? Sit with that for a moment. And this is beyond the context of food. This is the people you hang out with. This is the habits, routines, and practices you do to add value in life and vibrancy and joy to your life, to yourself. Giving yourself love, giving and receiving sweetness. Are you open to that? Are you actually open to that? If you're having blood sugar problems, are you actually open to receiving? Because a blood sugar problem isn't just I need a pint of ice cream and brownies to fit it, and then I'm going to go get some alcohol later and a margarita because I want something sweet. No, that's not what you're missing, because this is really, it all goes down to a cellular problem. There is a problem with your cells receiving glucose because either there's too much that we can't process around, and your cells aren't able to take it up. Or we have a lack of insulin doing its job to open the key to allow the sugar in. So where are you missing out on sweetness in your life? That is the question that is going to set the pace for the rest of this 5-day series. But I want you to stop and pause and say, what are things in my life that I'm doing because I have to, that I actually dread? Do I have supportive people in my life? Do I have a supportive relationship? Is my relationship the fucking thing that's not sweet at all? Something to think about. Your career. What was modeled to you of how to treat yourself, okay? This is what we're talking about here. So, where are you not getting enough of it? And let's talk about the sugar cravings loop, because here's what happens. You have the sweet cravings, and what do you go for? You're not going for like a Greek yogurt, a high protein Greek yogurt with some sprinkled fruit on it and maybe some drizzle of some raw honey. You're not having that. That's not what you're going for. What are you actually going for? You're going for the pint of ice cream. You're going for the cookie after cookie and you somehow have eaten 5 of them and you said, where the heck did when did that happen? Right? You want a couple bits of some sweets, but you end up in a handful and you lost track. And now you actually feel like shit because you realize you've been eating for like the last half hour of just sweets while you've been sitting on the couch riding. Okay? So what your body's actually asking for is sweetness. It's actually asking for nutrition. It's actually asking for nourishment because its needs aren't met. And instead, you decipher that as, I need some sweets because I need some sugar now. I need some sweetness now. And your body is like, all right, I know what we can gravitate you towards. Sorry, I'm low. I know what we can gravitate you towards to get some sugar in fast, but it's not going to be the most efficient. And that's your processed food. That's your junk food. That's your high sweet stuff, your artificial sugars, your loaded sugars with cane sugar, white cane sugar. That immediately causes a huge increase and then a crash. And guess what? Here's where this sugar cravings sweet loop comes into play. Is your body was actually asking for nourishment and you instead went to processed food, which provides little nutritional value, and your blood sugar skyrocketed and dropped so freaking low that it signaled another bit of hunger because now we have low blood sugar, and you go right back into the cycle of going for something super sweet, highly processed. And you know what? It never seems to provide that satiation, right? Never seems to cap that need, that hunger that your body is asking you of, and you're shoving it full of processed food that provides little nutritional value and sustained satiation, sustained energy. You're not getting sustained energy from that pint of ice cream, honey, pun intended with honey, right? You're not. Okay, so let's dive in through this 5 series of I'm going to give you so many action tools, right? So many action tools and tips for you to start to implement and test out for yourself, because be a student of your body. Stop taking advice by blank face value and saying, yep, this is for me. And you never even try, like you try all these different things and you take things as a blank face and you never even actually like try and stick something out for yourself to figure like what actually works for you. Use discernment in this series, but there's going to be a lot of tips I'm going to give you, a lot of things for you to drop into, and I want you to try them out. Okay? So signs you're having some problems with sweet cravings, let alone or blood sugar issues, because you probably don't even think you have blood sugar issues. You're like, I'm not a diabetic. I'm not pre-diabetic yet, because guess what? When they actually pull the lab values, and until you're in that range, nobody's going to tell you shit about your blood sugar. Nobody's going to tell you anything about your blood sugar until you actually have it be diagnosable in their cute little ranges of pre-diabetic and a diabetic. And a lot of you are tiptoeing to blood sugar issues and you don't even freaking know it. So I'm going to highlight some of these things for you. Some of these things. You're waking up in the middle of the night between 2 and 4. Okay? 2 and 4. You might even be waking up to pee. Or you wake up for no reason at all and then you just decide you have to go pee. Waking up is from your blood sugar dropping throughout the night, and your body's waking you up because cortisol is increased. Cortisol wakes us up. Cortisol is related to the sun. And now that is your sign, right? Poor circulation, skin tags, thyroid issues, and girls, don't even get me started. I know you've got your thyroid labs back and everything looks normal. You're not. If you have a cold body, if you have PMS, your fingernails, you got blue fingernails, cold body, you're having sweet cravings, you're having trouble sleeping through the night, you're having trouble sustaining energy, you're dragging ass, you are having symptoms. You are getting signs from your body and it's just not showing up on their little blood labs yet. But I can pull in HTMA, I can connect your symptoms together and tell you are being hypothyroid or hyperthyroid, or maybe you bounce between the two because that is possible. Just like blood sugar, you might not be hyper blood sugar, you not be high blood sugar right now, you might be low blood sugar, and you actually might fiddle in between the two. You can be both. Both can exist. Okay? So you have thyroid issues, big key player in blood sugar imbalances. Okay? Because again, it goes back to the cellular level. Is our body able to be open and to receive the blood sugar, the glucose, the sweetness at our cells? Feeling tired after meals? Blood sugar drop. Lack of focus. You can't stay focused on one task at your work. You're getting distracted. You go and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll, because that is the biggest distraction. You're not ever on one topic. Right? Or in your work, you have 20 different tabs open and you bounce around between one to the other, and then you're distracted, and then you're on your phone, and then you're walking around. Like, what are you even doing? You haven't even finished the thing that you started. So a lack of focus is big. Your attention issues, big sign. Okay, so take this information. I'm so excited to present this with you, but I hope this kind of broke open some things for you to sit with and gave you some ideas of like, oh shit, I'm about to learn so much, and I can't wait to dive into this more and be able to take some of these aspects into my life, test it out for myself, and see how I feel. That will be your answer.